Here with head coach Danny Padron. Coach, it's homecoming week, and when somebody says the word homecoming at TOU, what's some of the things that come into your mind?
Well, I know as far as football is concerned, our main objective is to win the football game. That's what we tell our kids. All the other activities are for all the other students, but our goals, our focus is on winning the football game. But I think it's good for the university, to get our alum back, and a very kind of a neat thing. They celebrate our football games and all the other activities go along with it. So we're excited about homecoming. We've got a worthy opponent, and we got to get focused on beating them.
You're 2-1 in your homecoming games with Texas Lutheran. Anything special you tell your players about a game where you have a lot of maybe a little bit different type of crowd in the stands with a lot more alums?
Well, we approach it just like any other ball game because it's that important. But we do tell them. I mean, that's our job on homecoming, is to win the game. So that's what we'll be focused on.
Tell us a little bit about Southwestern Assemblies of God. They put up some points last year against you, a very mobile quarterback that they'll bring in, and an exciting offense that they showed last year. Gave us a little bit of scare up there in Waxahachie. About the same team you'll see this year, or what do you expect from them?
Well, they're better. They've got two great running backs. The quarterback is back, and he's an outstanding player. Not only does he beat you with the arm, beat you with the legs too, and so we're going to have to really play very well on defense. Offensively, we've got to continue to score and move the ball, and I think special teams, like it's always been, it's going to be the difference. I think that we've got to really play a lot better on special teams in order to win.
You give up 31 points in the first half against Trinity, but hold them to 7 in the second half. What did you see from your defense in that second half that could carry over here as we go into this homecoming game?
Well, I think they just relaxed a little bit. I think they just played, and they were more like deer in the headlights that first half. We were just kind of frozen and standing, and they didn't play with the energy that they came back the second half, and so I think they kind of understood what was going to require. We got to get off to a fast start to beat these guys, and so we've got our work cut out for us because, like I said, they're really good on offense, and defensively they're huge. I mean, they're really big and physical, and they get after it. So it's going to be a good challenge for us.
We're going to be what's going to be the key. We'll talk about the key for the defense first, facing the Sagu Lions.
Well, I think we've got to limit their big plays. I think that's, if you look at our 2 games, we've given up, maybe 500 yards on maybe 7 or 8 plays, and so those 2 games that we've got to limit those, and they're a big play team. I mean, they really, a quarterback can keep on the zone read, and he throws the ball really well, and so we've got to limit the big plays on defense.
When you're facing a zone read quarterback, what are the keys? What do you tell your defensive guys? What do they have to be responsible for?
Well, that's it right there. They're responsible. They've got to do a good job with their eyes and know and trust their teammates to handle their responsibilities, because everyone's given a responsibility, and when you start playing somebody else's responsibility, you lose yours, you're in trouble. And that's what happened in those big plays. We're trying to do too much and trying to help another teammate out instead of taking care of our business first.
Offensively, your team through 2 games is in the top 10 in total offense. Brent Peavy's top 5 in total offense. And your offense has moved the ball up and down the field against Southwestern and Trinity. With this bye week, was there anything specific that you wanted? You're always looking to improve, but anything specific you were trying to get better for the offense that's really done a very good job over the first 2 weeks?
Well, I think, like you said, our week last week was to help TOU get better, and so we do that by each one of us improving our technique, and that's what we really concentrate on. A lot of fundamentals, a lot of individual fundamentals, and particularly the line, offensive line. That's always the hardest part to come around because we don't have a spring training and pads, and so pad level is always one of the things that you got to get down. We were too high a lot of times, and it showed on the 2 goal line stands that Trinity had. We got beat right there at the line of scrimmage, and so we wanted to concentrate there and get better there.
Again, to the offense, a key, what are a couple of keys for you guys? You talk about pad level there, but what are some other things against particularly Southwestern Assemblies of God that you're going to have to do on offense this Saturday?
We're going to have to protect. Okay, they got a blitz package that they are pretty fond of, and they'll bring some blitzes against Brent. We got to be able to beat one-on-one coverage. They've got two corners on the outside that are good defensive backs, and so we've got to do a great job of beating one-on-one coverage. We've got to get them in situations they're thinking pass where we can run the football. I think you still have to run to win, but again, we got to throw it to open up that, I think, and they're designed to stop the run. Their defense is, and so we've got to do a great job of throwing the ball to get them into a situation where they're covering the pass, and then we'll be able to run it.
You received some votes in the AFCA Top 25 poll this week, and we'll talk about that this week on TOUBulldogs.com. But is there anything when your guys see something votes like that? Do you worry about those ramifications, or is it just that you're glad that you're 2-0 and somebody's starting to notice you?
Well, we certainly appreciate the recognition, but each game is what we're focused on, and we'd like to see it at the end of the year, be in that top 25. That'd be great. But we understand that you're just as good as what you did last week, and so this week is important for us, and that's what we're concentrating on.
Another tidbit, I don't know if you know, no TOU Bulldog team has started 3-0 since 1976. Not getting ahead of yourself, but what would it mean to be 3-0?
Well, that means we haven't got beat yet. That's the best thing, and that means we're on our way to what we were talking about. And we know that we don't have an automatic qualifier, and so it's important that we win each ball game and get a chance to get in the playoffs like we had set our goals to be.
All right, Coach Danny Padron, thanks for your time this week and best of luck.
Thanks, Tim.